Reggio, Emilia approach.
By Gabby Tway.
Nick Rios.
Sydney Rodriguez.
And Kimberly Kerr. Have you ever thought there's different theories to child development? What different approaches, methods, or curriculums are used in a classroom setting? Which theories or theories support this curriculum approach? The Reggio Emilia approach is purely used for early childhood education. It is experience-based, play-based, and child-led learning. Experience-based refers to focus on creating experiences for students to learn through doing something active rather than learning through listening or watching. Dewey's progressive education movement practice of Reggio Emilia also owe a great deal of methods of learning and garden theory of learning. How does the curriculum define the roles of the teacher, the child in the learning process? The teacher's role within the Reggio Emilia approach is complex. Working as co-teachers, the role of a teacher is first and foremost be that of a learner along the children. The teacher is a teacher, researcher, a resource, and a guide as she or he leads experience to children. Their seamless and sympathetic defined relationship between a school teacher and student is progressive philosophy and practice. What are the curriculum goals? How does or does not this curriculum align with the 9 domains? Project-based approach the learning and expand on learning in all domains: reading, writing, language, speech, gross and fine motor skills, math, science, and art to achieve the goal of Reggio Emilia approach and to exceed high in the classroom setting.
What qualifications or specialized training is required for teachers? So meeting Title 22 or Title 5 requirements should be the bare minimum based upon the program. If you're someone that wants to be a Reggio Emilia teacher, you should be ready to meet those requirements before you seek employment. These requirements can include having passing courses in college, having a certain amount of units for college courses, as well as having various amounts of hands-on experience, as well as being over 18 years old. Teachers should also be eager and willing to observe children when employing the Reggio approach. Following up on that last point, in addition to being eager to learn and willing to observe, a Reggio teacher should be curious as well as able to assist children through various activities and interactions, and they should be displaying warm, open demeanors as well as being encouraging. While there aren't specific requirements for being a teacher, those who wish to be one often exhibit these traits. They help to create warm environments and foster great relationships with children that just help them learn in whatever environment that they're in. How does the curriculum provide guidance for students with special behavior, linguistic, or learning needs? Students with special needs are supported by ample opportunities to interact with their peers and participate in learning experience. So due to the curriculum being extremely inclusive, especially to those with disabilities or those who require additional needs, each student is supported and cared for by the staff through a hands-on experience where every student is encouraged to pursue their own interests. Staff are very supportive and they really promote and want the children to find out what they like and pursue those interests. And classrooms will feature various tools and materials for students to interact with to help them pursue these interests. This could include toys, certain areas for play, things for various amounts of crafts, different types of things that the students can create, as well as interactive media tools like televisions, computers, iPads, little things like that, that teachers and students will both use to enhance their learning experience. And in addition to this, staff recognize each student's individual needs and backgrounds, and this is contradicted by other curriculum-based programs that may not place the emphasis on each individual student, like Reggio Emilia, which this is a great thing about this approach, is that every individual student is taken into account. How does a curriculum assess and evaluate the children's growth? Does the curriculum align with respected assessment tools? Teachers maintain records and observations of student progress as a means to track their progress, and this curriculum does align with the respected tools like the DRDP. So what are some ways that Reggio teachers keep track of their children's progress? There's three main ways that teachers will seek to keep track of their children's progress. These three will include observing and maintaining records. Just through simple observation, teachers can learn a lot. They can reference prior interactions that they've had with students and parents as a way to help them solve future situations that may arise. They'll know how to respond to certain students based on what they've reacted to in the past. In addition to this, teachers of Reggio Emilia seek to have open communications with families of students. Having this way of communication with the families allows for them to really see how the student is doing at home and at school. That way parents aren't in the dark when they drop their kid off at school and they don't know how they're doing. Being in touch with the parents and the parents being in touch with the teachers both ways helps create a great relationship and really enhance how everyone is doing in the environment. And teachers will also choose activities that are completed over longer periods of time, such as weeks and months. So many curriculum-based programs have activities that they do for a single day and then they drop it and don't reference it in the future. But Reggio Emilia teachers choose activities that they will do over weeks and months, and this is a great way for them to track how their students are doing, as they can compare and contrast with students' previous work in the same area of academics or whatever they may be learning about.
Describe the environmental considerations for the curriculum. In Reggio Emilia classrooms, creating a welcoming and aesthetically pleasing environment is considered an essential aspect of the learning experience. The physical space is intentionally designed to inspire curiosity, exploration, and a sense of wonder in the students. Teachers carefully craft the environment to reflect the values of the surrounding community and utilize natural resources to foster connection with nature. The use of natural materials and resources is a fundamental aspect of the Reggio Emilia approach. Teachers incorporate elements such as wood, stones, plants, and water, which not only provide a sensory experience, but also encourage an appreciation for the natural world. By interacting with these materials, children develop a deeper understanding of nature and its importance in their lives. A typical Reggio Emilia-inspired classroom is divided into multiple creative areas, each designed to cater to different aspects of child's development. The sensory and sand play area stimulates the senses and allows children to explore various textures such as sand, water, and other tactile materials. Sensory play promotes cognitive development, fine motor skills, and creativity. In the building area, children can use blocks, construction materials, and other manipulatives to engage in open-ended building and problem-solving activities. This space encourages spatial reasoning, collaboration, and imaginative play. The Writing Center is a space where children can freely express their thoughts and ideas through drawing, writing, and other forms of visual communication. It fosters literacy, development, fine motor skills, and self-expression. The math and numbers area is where children can explore mathematical concepts through hands-on activities, puzzles, and games. It encourages mathematical thinking, problem solving, and numerical understanding. Additionally, the classroom environment often features displays of children's work, which are considered a testament to their learning journeys. These displays not only showcase the children's accomplishments, but also serve as an ongoing reflection of their interests and progress. Another crucial element of Reggio Emilia classrooms is the use of flexible spaces that can easily be adapted to meet the evolving needs and interests of the children. The arrangement of the furniture and materials is frequently adjusted to accommodate different projects and activities, promoting a dynamic and responsive learning environment. The overall aesthetic of the classroom is carefully curated to evoke a sense of beauty and harmony. Reggio Emilia educators believe that a visually pleasing environment can inspire creativity, calmness, and a sense of belonging in both children and adults. By creating an environment that nurtures children's senses, imagination, and natural curiosity, Reggio Emilia classrooms become vibrant, engaging spaces that support the holistic development of each child and foster a love for learning. And here are some of the materials that are found in the classroom. We have clay, sensory boards and tables, watercolors and chalks, leaves, flowers, and twigs, natural resources, like mentioned earlier. And what credible research evidence exists to support the value and effectiveness of the curriculum? According to the National Institute of Health, the Reggio Emilia approach on students being focuses on the students being an individual with rights and potential. Throughout their studies, they discovered that there were high rates of parental and community participation in shaping the policies. The curriculum is planned as a collaborative project throughout the year based on the students or on the children's interests. By taking this alternative route, studies have found that students are more engaged in academic learning, building social skills, and expression. And in the diagram on the right depicts the two main goals of the Reggio Emilia approach that involve self-confidence and self-esteem.
So what indicators of quality of DAP are evident in this curriculum? So according to an article from Penn State University, DAP is informed by 3 areas of knowledge: child development appropriateness, individual appropriateness, and social and cultural appropriateness. In Reggio Emilia's inspired programs, indicators of quality that reflect developmental appropriate practice can be observed through the various aspects of learning environment, teaching methods, and interactions with children. So this can be seen through child-centered approach, teacher and child relationships, documenting documenting and reflection, project-based learning, focusing on communication and collaboration, and also being sensitive to the child's learning pace. So Reggio's approach places a strong emphasis on learning through experience and interaction, allowing children to think openly and creatively when engaging in learning in the learning process. This places a strong emphasis on cultural responsive learning experiences, and the program also strives to create an inclusive environment that values and celebrates the diverse cultural backgrounds and identities of the children and their families. So this ends up fostering a sense of belonging and respect for others, and grows an appreciation for each person's different perspectives. It also allows us to view children as active constructors of knowledge, seeing that they are capable of exploring the world around them and making sense of it through basically hands-on experience. One of the fundamental principles of the Reggio approach is the recognition of a child's individual interests, strengths, and unique ways of learning. By focusing on the child's passions and curiosities, educators can basically adjust and tailor the learning experiences to meet every child's specific needs. This personalized approach increases the child's engagement and motivation to learn, as they are more invested in exploring the subjects that they are genuinely interested in, which completely makes sense, because once you're interested in a subject, you know, you want to learn more and you want to continue. So continuing on, since the Reggio Emilia approach is inspired by play-based learning and takes basically a more focused approach on play, as it's seen as a more powerful vehicle for learning, being that it allows children to experiment, problem solve, and express themselves freely. As play-based activity promotes cognitive, social, emotional, and physical development in a different manner, enabling children to develop a deeper understanding of the world and their place in it. It is no wonder why majority or most schools, or some schools, do partake in the Reggio method. As we can see, here are some